All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who brew well, and salutations to you, sincere Akim, pushing the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth throughout the four corners of the globe. Back with another lesson. In this lesson, I want to get into something that I noticed, out running some errands. I was with a brother yesterday running some errands, and we came across this store that had pretty much just miscellaneous things in there. From housing appliances, to hygiene products, electronics, various things, at a discounted price, a pretty decent store. But one thing that we noticed was it was ran by some Elamites. All right, so it was Elam that actually, ran the store, and we did some shopping and picked up some things that we needed. And on the way out, I spoke with the, I was coming back to the store to bring the basket back after, taking the stuff to the car. And so Elam, he met me at the door, and, he was inquisitive of, how we like the store. And I was like, man, it's pretty good. It's a bunch of, various things in here. So he was mentioning that he wanted to open up, they're looking to open up a couple of different stores in various areas. And he was asking my opinion on, one of the two areas, and which one I think would be better. So I rendered my opinion, and he appreciated it. And then, I got up out of there. But long story short, what I noticed was that these nations, they have businesses that is actually doing pretty good. The heathen nations that have came here to America, they got businesses that's, doing pretty good or decent. And they're selling, to Esau. Okay, but Esau, they don't have stores that's prospering and, generating a profit. So I got to thinking that, man, these heathen nations are over here, pretty much liquidating, liquidating America. All right, America is being liquidated, and I want to look that word liquidate up. All right, liquidate. 1570s of accounts. Okay, and as we always say, America is nothing more than a corporation. All right, this isn't a country; it's a corporation. All right, and corporations deal with, money. All right, it says to reduce, to order, to set out clearly, liquidare, to melt, make liquid, make clear, clarify, fluid, liquid, moist, clear away. The meaning wipe out, kill. Look at that. America's being systematically wiped out by these nations coming over here, with on a free for all, getting what they can. All right, which that's all payback for what Esau has done in even acquiring, America. He did it by means of, rape, robbery, murder. All right, by means of the sword. So here in Habakkuk 2:5, yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Okay, so Esau going out colonizing all these nations. As a result of that, you have nations that have fled their own land that has been colonized, and came here to America, in which they view as a promised land, and ended up prospering better here in America than in their own countries. All right, and now that we're in the end, and pretty much America is wide open in regards to get rich quick schemes. This is the land of licks, so to say. Countries come here and do some elaborate scheming and plotting and fraud and things of that nature, and make a lot of money. You know, they make a lot of money. They generate a lot of wealth. You know, whether it's legally or illegally. All right, so Esau doing what he did as far as colonizing the planet is actually backfiring on him. Okay, but nevertheless, he heapeth unto him, or gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You know, to where we end up in a situation like we have here in America, where you got so-called migrants coming from far and wide here to America, getting pretty much running this place, wiping this place out, as I said in the definition of liquidate. They're wiping this place out. They're reducing, the federal budget, so to say. Um, Continuing on, Isaiah 13 in verse 19, it says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." All right, so the Arabians and the shepherds being these other nations, like I mentioned, Elam, which Arabian, that word means mixed. So you got people from various nations from over in the Middle East that have come here to America and got rich. You got Moab and Ammon. You got Ham. You got Japhet. All right, all the nations have come here in pitch tent. They got 7-Elevens. They got you know the motels. All right, you got corner stores, liquor stores. All right, teriyaki shops, fast food, Chinese food, East Indian food. You got all these different things that these nations have been able to um, get control of here in America and make a profit. Okay, but guess what? They as well, or if they don't end up leaving America and going back to wherever the hell they came from, they're gonna be overthrown in America as well. All right, via thermonuclear destruction. And some of them are so far removed from their own heritage, their natural customs and things of that nature, that when it's all said and done, they ain't gonna leave. They're gonna stay right here in Babylon to receive that judgment right along Esau. Okay, it says, "But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there." All right, America after it's destroyed and that fire subsides. It says, "And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there." Okay, so a lot of these places where these heathens live, these heathens that are making it big here in America, that some of them live in mansions, multi-million-dollar houses. All right, multi hundreds of $1,000 houses. All right, gated communities that drive the top notch cars. All right, they the kids go to private institutions. You know, get great educations. All right, but guess what? When this place is done, all right, when it's up in smoke, the only thing you're gonna have remaining here is you know these desert like creatures that's able to dwell, in places where these people's houses used to be. You know, verse 22 it says, "And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged." All right, so the time of America's destruction is rapidly approaching, and you can tell with everything that's going on within geopolitics and prophecy. Okay, um, but the point is, these heathens that have come here and pitched tent and generated business wealth from businesses that they have set up. That's all gonna be destroyed. Okay, so this place is Babylon's being liquidated, man. All right, it's gonna be reduced to nothing. All right, and lastly, this is Revelation 18:9, which this is all self-explanatory. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." So when this place is destroyed, these various countries that have vessels that send goods over here, they're gonna be lamenting when they see this place up in smoke because they're gonna know that money that they were able to get off the idiots here in America is going to be no longer available. All right. It says, "Standing far off for fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore." Okay, because America is a consumer nation. So, just like the nations come here and start a business and help liquidate this place. Well, the nations that stay where they're at, the countries that they're at, but send things over here, they're helping to liquidate this place as well. Okay. It says, "The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men." Okay. So these are all the things that, you know, Babylon is buying that's coming from these other nations, man. Okay. It says, and it mentions souls of men. All right. It says, "And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate." I'm going to read that verse in NLT. Verse 19, it says, "And they will weep and throw dust on their heads and show to show their grief, and they will cry out horrible things. How terrible! Excuse me, and they shall cry out, how terrible for that great city. The ship owners became wealthy by transporting her great wealth on the seas. Okay, in a single moment, it is all gone. All right, so whether transporting things here to America and picking up things here from Babylon and taking them other places, like either way it goes, these shipmasters were made rich by that. Okay. But let me see. There's more to it, but that's pretty much the point. These nations not becoming rich off of the wealth they received from Babylon, or picked up here and sold to other nations, or whether they brought it here to America from their country, home country, and sold it off here. At the end of the day, once Babylon's destroyed, whatever goods America has that it was transporting via the sea, or whether or whatever goods was being transported to America from various countries via sea, America ain't gonna be here as a what's the word I'm looking for, as a destination to to drop off or pick up, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, which that's something that we're looking forward to. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that out. These nations, man, is liquidating the hell out of Babylon the Great. And that's is at an all time high rate, and it's because this place is about to be destroyed. So I brought this out. It was edifying. Till next time, Shalom.